Hey everybody, this is Dave with Artisan Revere. I just want to show you our newest product over at Artisan Revere. It is our small board. So I've already done a little bit of cutting on this one, so I'm going to show you on this walnut board. So you can see this is our walnut board. This is our cherry board. The dark pieces are walnut. The cherry pieces are, the small pieces, the accent pieces are cherry, and it's the inverse on this one right here. These are our There is no better wood for cutting boards than walnut and cherry. Maple is vastly inferior for a variety of reasons. Number one, it stains pretty easily. Number two, it's about 40% harder on the Janko hardness scale, which means it's going to dull your knife edges pretty easily. And number three, it's actually quite a bit heavier. I think it's like about 25 or 30% heavier than both cherry and walnut. So we really don't like maple. We think it's a pretty inferior wood relative to these guys. So now let's jump into these boards. 11 by 16 by 1 3/4 plus an extra ½ inch from the rubberized feet, so really 2 1/4 inches tall on this board. It's very easy to maneuver even with one hand. It's not insubstantial. This is like it's a very substantial board. It's a heavy duty board, but at the same time it's not terribly heavy, so you can maneuver it very easily even with one hand. All of our boards come with these really nice, beautifully crafted handle grooves, so it makes it really easy to lift up with the handle grooves. You can also lift it underneath, and the reason you can lift it underneath is because your fingers should fit in underneath, because these are ½ inch feet, so your fingers should fit without any issues. The edges are all fully rounded over. We don't like champers. We like rounded over because it makes for a more pleasant tactile tactile experience. And then of course the corners are really nice and soft as well. Again, our boards have rubber feet, and that is so that they don't slide around. So you can see right here, I'm pushing this board back and forth. Yeah, it's gonna move just a tiny bit when I'm actually physically pushing it, but let's see what happens when I cut. Sorry, there's not a lot of carrot left. As you can see on camera, there is no movement whatsoever. Okay, here, we can chop some more of this too. No movement. Okay, perfect. All right, so again, 11 by 16 by 1 3/4. I'm in a really confined space, as you can see here, and yet I have absolutely no problem cutting it. So if you have a small counter space, if you're in an apartment like I am right now, this is the board that you want. And by the way, it doubles as a charcuterie board as well. So like I mentioned when I first started speaking, we are oversubscribed for our first batch. Our second batch, which we just decided to open up, is going to be available. So we're going to leave it open for 48 hours. So if you want to get a board before Easter, please make sure you raise your hand and put your email down for that second batch. Okay, thanks so much.